Welcome to Dependable Flame, where we explore vintage petrol lighters, ashtrays, tobacconiana, and other useful mechanisms. Make yourself at home. Today we are going to see if we can get this Thorens double claw semi-automatic table lighter insert sparking correctly. Mechanism seems to be working right. Push the button, it actuates, but there is no spark even though there is a flint in there. When I removed the flint, there is flint dust falling out, and you can see where the file wheel has been grinding up against that flint. The problem, I believe, is that the file wheel, before I received this, and I bought this lighter as 4 parts, and I think that the reason that the seller may have believed that it was only good for parts is because it wasn't sparking. But I believe the file wheel is installed in there backward. So we're going to pull out this fulcrum screw. Okay, so we got the claws from disengaging there, or keeping them from engaging. I'm going to pull this fulcrum screw out. And we're going to remove the file wheel. There we go. Get that spring out of the way, or at least momentarily, until we can flip this. Flip that upside down. Back down into position. Got our fulcrum screw. There, we've got it fit back into place. Take our screwdriver. And tighten that on down. Trying carefully not to let that screwdriver come off that slot and scratch that plating. So now we have our wheel spinning freely. Everything seems to be good there. We will need to get our claws back down under the wheel. And then replace our flint. Get that spring up out of the way. Spring up and out of the way. Flint with the ground side down. And then push our spring keeper over here on top of the flint. See it shut. And it appears as though we now have a sufficient spark that if there was a wick installed in this mechanism, it would work. So not too bad for a lighter with an onyx or other kind of stone base to be sold as parts only when all it really needed, other than having a new wick installed, which you will see a video on that soon. But all we really needed here was to flip that file wheel because it had been reinstalled backward, incorrectly, and therefore was not throwing a spark. I was leaning that direction anyway, but when I dropped the flint down out of there, and there was all kinds of flint dust falling out, even though there was obviously not degraded flint in the tube, then it seemed evident to me that the file wheel was grinding on the flint, but it wasn't positioned in the right direction to where it would actually throw sparks. It was just basically wearing away the flint. So we'll see if we run into any other problems as we attempt to get this $20 Thorens table lighter back up and running. So changing the wick, or actually putting a new wick in it, will be the next project. This compartment on the right side is where we are going to fish the bottom end of the wick out and put the wadding back into. The left side is a spare flint compartment, which it appears as though there was quite a bit of flint left in there, and perhaps it is all degraded into dust. You can see that there on the tip of the screwdriver. Just really foul. You know, it'll mess up your plating. It's nothing good about degrading flint, but it's commonplace. It's just something that you got to deal with often when you are repairing, refurbishing, or putting old petrol lighters back to use. Kind of stuck here at the moment with a mess on my hands. So we'll get this cleaned up and you will see a wicking video for this lighter soon. Until next time.